the not so good salt. It's funny because the thing is, it's not just table salt. There's sodium in so many of our products.
Sodium is everywhere.
Yeah.
And if you have some issues with blood pressure or things like that, you want to pay attention. So the American Heart Association recommends 1 teaspoon, about 2,300 milligrams. Salt is hidden everywhere. So
A day?
A day.
A teaspoon a day?
And so here's the thing. Most people eat fresh food, right?
Yeah.
And so if you are eating canned soups, you want to look for things that are low sodium. You can also get low sodium cold cuts.
Yeah.
It's just being mindful of those words so that you don't overdo it.
All right, since we're talking about goals and 2023, healthy eating, all of this, this is where I mess up. Snacks. My snacks aren't right. I already know. Well,
You got to get your snacks
my
lined
snacks
up
are
right.
just, I got to get it in order.
Well, what happens is people are looking for snacks that are already processed,
And yummy?
packaged, and
No,
yummy.
I'm just-
Yes, I'm always
kidding.
looking for things. If it's not delicious, we're not eating it.
Right.
And so sometimes you'll get a bar, and the bar will be 300 calories, and maybe that might be a little bit over. So you could do the dark chocolate with 15 almonds. So
Okay.
there's fiber, and there's protein, and there's fat.
That's not bad.
It's going to hold you over. So I'm always looking for more than 150 calories, but no more than 200.
So between 150 and 200.
Yeah,
Is
and
this where I'm supposed to live?
This is where you can
Is
live.
this home?
Yeah, this is home. So,
Okay.
And so here's a fun way, because eggs maybe by themselves are a little bit boring.
Just a little.
So we can add a little hot sauce. We can add everything but the bagel seasoning. It's
Okay.
very delicious. But also we can always go back to the dark chocolate and the almonds for something fun.
Oh, I can do that.
Yeah.
Welcome to my home, Harry.
That's right.
How's that not melting?
Doritos. Oh, no.
No.
Eggs.
An egg.
Yum.
That was great.
Thank you,
so
Vanessa.
We're back, another edition of Superfood Friday SOS. This is where we answer your questions, and to do it, we brought in the expert. Today, nutrition and health expert Joy Bowers here to break them down, to share some helpful, healthy eating strategies. Always good to have you. Let's dig in. Here's our first question from a viewer.
Hi, Joy. I'm Ina Espinoza from Ann Arbor, Michigan. How much protein should I be eating?
Oh, good question.
Yeah, and so we spend so much time talking about why protein is important. It helps with our muscles, our tissues, keeps our appetite in check, jacks up our energy levels. But we don't talk about how much we should be eating each day. So I really appreciate this question. Here's the easiest way to figure out how much you need. Take your weight in pounds, divide it in half, and that's about how much protein you should be eating each and every day. It's not an exact
ounces,
science.
obviously.
In grams.
In grams.
In grams. So it's not an exact science, but it's a really good reference number. So, for example, if you weigh 140 pounds, you want to aim to eat 70 grams of protein each and
Never
every
knew
day.
that.
Yeah.
Never knew it.
And also, I should say that you need a little bit more if you're pregnant, if you're nursing, or if you're a serious athlete.
And these are some foods that are rich
Yeah,
in
so the
protein.
good news is that there's so many foods that have a lot of protein. So for example, a cup of cottage cheese has about 24 grams of protein. This is Greek yogurt. A cup has about anywhere from 15 to 18 grams. 2 tablespoons of peanut butter, about 8 grams. An egg, 6 grams. A cup of beans has a lot, or lentils. This is a palm size or a deck of cards for chicken, fish or meat, 21 grams. And when you think about it, we probably have double this for lunch and dinner.
Let's talk about these next foods here because we've got a viewer question related to heart health. Let's take a listen.
Hey, Joy, this is Steve from Westchester, New York. I was just wondering if there are any specific foods that I might be able to eat to help me lower cholesterol.
That's a great question.
Yeah. So diet has a huge impact on our cholesterol level. And in order to lower our cholesterol numbers, first you want to minimize saturated fat, refined carbs, and added sugar. And I know that's easier said than done, but it's really important. But the good news is that there are actually foods that have cholesterol lowering capabilities. And I geek out over this because it really illustrates the power of healthy eating. So first I'm going to start by saying that there's a type of fiber called soluble fiber, and it has the capability of latching on to circulating cholesterol and escorting it out of our body. And you find it in things like apples, avocado, oats. These are chia seeds, lentils, and beans. Here I'm showing pistachio nuts because pistachio nuts, as well as sunflower seeds, they have this natural occurring plant-based compounds called plant stanols or sterols, and all you need to know is that that helps to block the absorption of cholesterol.
I love pistachios.
These are the things you want to put onto your menu.
Very, very helpful.
Sunflower seeds also help keep you awake on a road trip.
That's true.
Who knew there was a car in the studio?
Okay, now we have a question about chocolate.
I know that dark chocolate is healthier than milk chocolate and I want to switch. What % should I look for in the grocery store? Thanks so much, Joy.
Oh, that's nice.
So sweet. Yes, sometimes if you get too much dark chocolate, it's bitter.
That's right. So, like, as a general guideline, the darker the chocolate, the higher the percentage of cacao or cocoa, the greater the health perks. But it's not as easy as just going to the store and buying the highest percentage because then you don't have that out of this world indulgent chocolate experience. So what I like to do is, first off, we're showing here the middle ground. So this is between 60 and 80%, I think, is the sweet spot because
that's good chocolate.
it delivers the health-promoting flavonols, but it also is gently sweet and it has that melt-in-your-mouth deliciousness. I would tell people to start at 60% and then slowly work your way up and see where your palate prefers.
70's great.
I love like 72%, and there's a lot of great brands out there. If you're only looking for pure health, you could go for the Gusto, 80+%, but I'm just going to tell you it's going to be intense, it's going to be
That's a lot.
It's not as sweet and indulgent.
Yes.
All right, so next we're talking, I think, sodium. Let's listen to our last question.
Hi Joy, this is Darby and Mango from Austin, Texas. I wanted to reach out about salty foods and why they make me swollen. I've always heard this happens, but why does it happen and how long does it usually last?
That's a great question.
We have this saying in my office, where sodium goes, water flows. This is a real thing. So
it is. I've learned my lesson in the mornings.
the sodium is a component of salt. And when you eat a salty meal, that sodium draws in water, and you're going to feel it in your fingers. Sometimes you get a swollen face, puffiness around the belly. The good news is it will usually ease up in 24 hours or so, and you can also expedite the process by drinking a lot of flat water and eating potassium-rich foods.
Oh, shoot, we're out of time, so let's hurry.
Okay, so some of the more surprising places that you would get sodium, we have, you know, like sausages, jerky. Shrimp is really salty.
Shrimp?
Bread.
Really?
Bread has a ton, and obviously restaurant meals, they pack in the salt. So you just want to be mindful.
Cholesterol-lowering recipes, it's today.com/food. We'll be right back.
Thank you. I learned something.
We're back, 8:52 now, with more of our Heart Health series. And we just showed you the importance of exercise, but there's, of course, another key factor, what you eat. The Cleveland Clinic just released results from its annual National Heart Survey, and the response to what posed the greatest barrier to getting healthy really caught our attention. Check this out. Nearly half of Americans surveyed said they viewed healthy food as more expensive. So we wanted to try and debunk that assumption. So we're going to do that this morning. And to help us do that, Vanessa Rossetto, registered dietitian. Good to have you back.
Thanks for having me.
This has been a misconception in a lot of communities for, I think, a long time, the idea that healthy has to be expensive, but you maintain not so.
Not so. This is why dietitians exist.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, there are a lot of tips and tricks for you to be eating healthy. So, for example, people always think, vegetables and fruit are super expensive and that you can only eat organic. Well, actually, the dollar store has frozen fruits and vegetables for sale for $1.
Wow.
So, if you want to have vegetables in your life and you are afraid or you don't have time or, cost is a problem for you, you can go to the dollar store and you can get a bag of carrots or a frozen bag of berries.
And to be clear, there's the same nutritional value in frozen fruits and vegetables as raw.
That's right, and actually minimal processing. So they're allowed to ripen to peak and then flash frozen. So it's up for grabs.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oatmeal bakes.
Oh, that's what I do. I make these oatmeal bakes for my kids. I want them to eat oatmeal, and I dump the frozen fruit in there, and I bake it, and they think I'm a genius. They add peanut butter. We've got fat. We've got protein. We've got fiber. We've got antioxidants.
Yeah.
And I'm a winner.
And it's pretty simple.
Yeah.
All right, let's talk about, we covered fruits. Let's talk about veggies now. You've got a simple trick for veggies as well.
So find the ones that you like.
Yeah.
My son only likes carrots. And you get them in bulk on a Sunday. You cut them up. You put them in water in a glass container, or for my kids, we just put them in Ziploc bags because they're grabbing and going. Yeah.
So buy in bulk is a secret.
It's the secret, and you go through it pretty quick.
And you also mentioned to buy non-starch veggies.
Yeah, so non-starchy veggies help to keep you full. They help your gut be healthy, which helps for immunity. It's winter, so people are getting more sick, so more vegetables help you be better for longer.
And a few examples of non-starch veggies.
Yeah, so carrots, celery, arugula, spinach.
There's, again, one of the greatest misconceptions, perhaps, seafood, expensive.
Well, it can be expensive if you're going to go to, a fishmonger and you're going to buy $30 a pound halibut or, salmon. But if you don't want to do that, and also people are a little bit weird about fish as a leftover.
Yeah.
So buying them in bulk, you can get them at the regular grocer, or you can get them at, a Sam's or a Costco. And so now you're just getting one piece at a time. You can defrost before you leave the house, put it in the fridge. When you get home, it'll be ready. Olive oil, some Dijon mustard in the air fryer, and you had one perfect piece, so you're not wasting.
And these are packed with omega-3s.
Omega-3s is for your cardiovascular health, for your brain health, reduces the risk of cancer.
A lot of recipes, of course, call for butter, that call for olive oil. How do we save there?
So, I buy in bulk. You can get 2 to 3 pounds. I know
that is quite the large can. That's quite the large container of olive oil.
Yes.
You're right.
Also, you can get online just a container that will allow you to perfectly portion that out. So you could fill it up and then hide that so you don't have to look at it. It's about $16 to $20 depending on the weight that you have. And remember, the serving size of olive oil, is still 1 tablespoon. So we know it has anti-inflammatory properties, but 1 tablespoon is sufficient.
All right, let's talk about really quickly here, saving money on snacking as well.
So I'm a dietitian, so snacking is how I live my life.
Good.
I'm always thinking about the snacks that I'm having. I love to go to any kind of pharmacy to get the deals. So the 2-for-1 for the nuts or the chickpeas, fiber. I'm always looking for fiber and protein. But also I will always die on the sword of chocolate, which is my favorite thing. I eat it every single day. It has fat, it has protein, and if you get over 85%, it also has fiber. So
Vanessa, thank you. Thank you.
We're back on the third hour of today with another edition of Superfood Friday SOS. Today, nutrition and health expert Joy Bauer is here to answer your superfood questions. Hey, Joy.
Hi,
Good to see
I
you.
love Fridays.
Okay, we got our first question from Lily in New York, and it's something I think we can all relate to. Lily?
I seem to always hit a wall around 3 p.m. and start feeling so tired. What are the best foods and drinks to help with the afternoon slump? Thank you.
Good question.
So we've all experienced the dreaded afternoon slump. It's frustrating, but it's quite normal, and there's a scientific explanation. It's all about our circadian rhythm, which then triggers a drop in blood sugar smack in the afternoon, and it's typically right between when we wake up in the morning and when we go to sleep at night. The good news is there's a few things we could do to perk ourselves up. First, sip some water. Hydration is very important. And also consider a gentle hit of caffeine. You don't want to drink too much because it's going to interfere with sleep. So you can either do a cup of coffee that's a mix with regular and decaf, or I'm showing a cup of tea because that has half the caffeine of coffee. And definitely power up with energizing snacks. So these snacks are great for focus. They keep us feeling sharp and sustain energy. It's an apple with string cheese, or we have a rice cake with some peanut butter or yogurt with berries. Here I'm showing my fudgy. These are energy bites,
delicious.
and I have two different versions. So this is a chocolate peanut butter, and this I gave it an extra kick with some espresso powder. So if you want a jolt from the caffeine.
Just the powder?
Yeah, I add in the powder with a whole bunch of things like rolled oats, and I have chia seeds and nut butter, and it's so simple. And the good thing is you make a great big batch. It lasts in the refrigerator for weeks and weeks, and it'll lift
tastes
you
like
up.
candy.
I know, it's good.
It tastes a
Almost
little bit
I
like a
could eat that whole
brownie.
tray. All right, so next we have a question for all of the tea drinkers out there, like myself. Take a listen.
Joy, this is Melanie from Denver, Colorado. My question for you today is about tea. I drink a lot of tea, and there are a lot of options. Green, chamomile, black, and I'm wondering what you think is best.
That's a good question.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I don't know the difference.
It's a great question, and truly, it's impossible to pick just one tea because there are so many great varieties, but here are the standouts. So black, white, and oolong tea are packed with antioxidants, and they help to fight inflammation, which means that it's also going to reduce the risk for a laundry list of conditions like heart disease, cancer, type 2 diabetes. Chamomile tea is great if you're feeling frazzled because it helps to ease stress and anxiety. Green tea is
Which one am I
a
drinking?
superfood in its own right. I don't even know.
I don't either.
But green tea has
call it
all
green
of the
tea.
antioxidants that black tea has, but also it can help to protect and promote skin health. And some studies show that it has a modest assistance with weight loss as well. And then we also have turmeric and ginger. Fantastic if you're dealing with aches and pains from exercise or arthritis. And the last one is peppermint. Peppermint is great for IBS. Peppermint can help with gas and stomach discomfort and
should try that
distension,
one, too.
but not with heartburn.
As Ted Lasso says, I used to think tea was just brown, dirty water. Yeah, pretty much is.
All right, we got 2 minutes.
We love anything Ted Lasso says.
All right, what's this next one here? This one for you, Craig.
Oh, yeah, we've got a question here from someone who's trying to get in shape for the summer.
Hey, Joy. My name is David Rodriguez from Miami, Florida. I work out a few times a week for about an hour per session, and I was wondering, what are the best foods to eat before I exercise? Thank you.
So
That's a good
contrary to what a lot of people think, you do not need to eat anything before a bout of moderate exercise. And I would define that as an hour or less. So it's really a personal
Wait,
choice.
an hour of exercise is moderate?
Yeah. So if
If you're Joy Bauer, it is.
if you feel energized and strong without eating anything on an empty stomach, go to it. But if you feel jittery and you need a little bit of oomph, the name of the game is keep it light. So one of the most perfect snacks, I'm showing a banana because it's toteable, it is easy to digest, and it also contains a lot of potassium, which is an electrolyte that we tend to lose through sweat when we exercise. And I also have a cup of coffee because 30 to 60 minutes before, a cup of coffee can actually help you work out longer and stronger.
Gives you the energy.
All right.
I imagine, yeah. This next one is from Marcy in Connecticut, having to do with acid reflux.
I suffer with acid reflux, and I was wondering if there are any foods that might soothe it or any foods that I can avoid. I really need some help, so if you have any information, I'd really appreciate it.
There are no magic foods that can help minimize acid reflux, but there are a lot of things that you could do to make yourself feel better. I think the first thing is to eat smaller meals because larger meals puts pressure on the stomach walls, which increases stomach acid. The second thing is to not lie down after eating. So wait at least 3 hours after eating dinner because it's easy then for the food to travel up. And in terms of trigger foods, you want to avoid bubbly beverages, avoid alcohol, avoid caffeine, sorry about the coffee thing, and also acidic foods like we're showing here, tomato sauce, the citrus fruits, heavy rich meals. And ironically, I'm showing peppermint over there because peppermint and chocolate can relax the sphincter in the esophagus and make it more likely that the food is going to come up. So peppermint is good for IBS, but not for reflux.
Yes. You probably should check with your doctor.
Yes. Definitely check with your doctor. And there's great medications that help, obviously.
Well, thank you, Joy. We appreciate it. Head to today.com/food for the recipes for Joy's chocolate peanut butter energy bites and the espresso bites.
This morning on today's checklist, we are going to take a closer look at our gut health. What's the difference between, this is good, probiotics, prebiotics, and then something I just learned about today, postbiotics. So here to help us is registered dietitian and CEO of Culina Health, Vanessa Rossetto. Hi. Vanessa, welcome.
Nice to see you.
So let's first just tackle this. Let's talk about why gut health is so important. We're hearing more and more about it lately.
Sure. So gut health is important because it helps you to regulate your immunity. It helps with your mental health. So that beneficial bacteria is really going to help you be well. But
metabolism too?
Metabolism too, which also gets everybody very turned up, very excited. But the research is still ongoing, right? So we don't exactly know what is right and what isn't. We think we know what a healthy microbiome looks like, but the other thing to remember is that your gut microbiome changes every 60 days due to environmental factors, any kind of stress, any kind of antibiotics that you're on. So taking probiotics every single day may or may not be the best thing.
Okay, so let's dig in, because that's the thing. I always worry I'll mess something up. It's already messed up, but I don't want to make it worse. Okay,
so
your turn.
So we've got pickles, kimchi, fermented things. Those are
probiotics.
Okay.
So if you're not really interested in taking a pill every single day, you don't have to. Actually, there was an article that just came out that said if you eat kimchi every single day for 2.5 months, that is just as good as taking a probiotic.
Really?
I love that.
Yep.
I love kimchi.
Yeah, so you could save your money and like there's pickles, there's kefir, there are chia seeds, there's cottage cheese, there's sour cream. Again, kimchi. So you can find the thing that you like, and you could save some money.
Right.
That's good kimchi.
And
Where
do
we
it
get
naturally.
that?
Do it naturally.
Okay.
Yes.
Yummy.
Yes.
So
enjoy
if
that.
you are doing it naturally, there is no reason to take a supplement.
You can or you can't. It just depends on what your symptoms are. So that's the other thing. You have to take the exact probiotic at the exact dose for the symptom that you have. So when someone says like, oh, I take this probiotic, it makes me feel great, that's great, but maybe that person has bloating and maybe you have delayed digestion. So you need to take care of yourself and whatever works for you.
So how do you work it into your daily routine?
Eat fruits and vegetables. That's really good, right? Diversify what your intake is. And then if you are having probiotics, you want to have one every other day. You're introducing a new bacteria into your body.
What's going on?
You're introducing a new bacteria into your body, and that might cause a lot of GI discomfort. So you want to take your time with that, and if it doesn't work for you, don't take it. Nothing bad's going to happen.
And what is this with the antibiotics?
Right, so the antibiotics are ridding you of all the bacteria in your body. So if you take it together, there's no point. So you want to separate. So if you take your antibiotic in the morning, then you want to have the probiotic
don't take them together.
Later on in the day.
Do both.
Yeah, you could still do both.
Yeah. Great.
Mr. Rooker's taking your advice clearly to heart.
If anybody else
Hopefully no one else wanted any pickles.
I want his GI tract to be healthy and happy.
So let's talk about prebiotics for a moment, since we just talked about probiotics. What are prebiotics and what are the health benefits to these?
So prebiotics help the probiotics do their job, but you cannot find them in supplement form. They come from indigestible complex carbohydrates. So you're thinking chicory root. If you had a bar that had 17 grams of fiber, that comes from something called inulin or chicory. You also get it in oats, you get it in garlic, you get it in onions, asparagus. So eating that helps your probiotic do its job. Also helps with an absorption of calcium, which also helps the gut with more immunity.
And you can't get this as a supplement?
No, you cannot. Only from food.
Not yet, or
never.
Never.
Just the way that it's going to be broken down.
So let's talk about these postbiotics, because again, this is a term that I was not familiar with until yesterday. But what are they?
So postbiotics happen after the probiotic bacteria break down the fiber from a fruit and vegetable.
Okay.
but we don't really understand it. It's kind of a buzzword. You don't need to do anything special. Eat your fruits and vegetables. Also, you can find it in chocolate, in tea, or coffee.
Okay.
But the verdict's not out. So don't start searching the internet for postbiotics thinking it's going to make some kind of difference. It's better for you to go back to getting it naturally from foods, anything fermented, fruits and vegetables. Make sure you're drinking water, take vitamin D, get your gut healthy, and you should be fine.
So focus on prebiotics and probiotics.
Prebiotics
But
and
it sounds like if you diversify what you eat, you're getting all the necessary nutrients.
Yes.
Okay.
Vanessa, thank you so much.
welcome.
This was good. For more information on gut health, just head to today.com.
Are you done like binging on everything?
Oh,
It's like we
these
love all the props
pistachios.
today.
Those are Sicilian.
Ooh, very nice. That's right. They make you an offer you can't
Maybe
refuse.
they
Just
know where
go
my
ahead.
maybe they know where my luggage is.
This morning in Today Food, we got this pasta dish. It is simple, yet so sophisticated. Your family is going to be amazed. Alfred Portale is a James Beard award-winning chef, restaurateur, and cookbook author. Also the culinary director of Sartiano's, a modern Italian restaurant right here in New York City, and the executive chef of Portale. Chef, good to see you.
Nice to see you, Al.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I love
you.
This is about as simple as it gets, but I've been so looking forward to tasting this.
Yeah, it's a very, very simple dish, but very versatile.
Okay.
But we start with emulsifying a little bit of butter. I've got a bit of heavy cream in there.
Okay.
Cream and butter so far, check.
And we want to whisk this in.
Is there a temperature that's too high for cream?
It should be medium-high heat.
Okay.
You want to just keep it moving. Once you emulsify the butter, then we add, this is a mixture of lemon juice and lemon zest.
That doesn't make it curdle or
No.
anything?
Lemon juice and lemon zest.
Really quite simple. So
Okay.
once that's working, we drop the pasta. I'm using fresh pasta.
Okay. And that cooks faster than the dried box?
Al, about 90 seconds.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Yeah. So we have some boiling salted water. We cook that.
Okay.
I have some over here looks about done.
Okay.
So it's a very simple dish. I think a simple but rather
But yummy.
elegant, simple,
Yeah.
and easy and versatile.
Yeah.
At Sartiano's, we serve this dish with Osetra caviar.
Oh.
Okay, so
Shake it up a little bit.
So you could do like seafood with that, like shrimp or something like
yeah,
that?
I like to do it with smoked fish is great, smoked salmon,
Would you like
shrimp,
sprinkled bacon
lobster,
on top?
or even vegetables.
Or like Dylan said, some bacon?
Some bacon in there?
Bacon. All right, then we're talking
Guanciale if you want to be
my
fancy.
language.
So now you're just adding a little
Parmesan cheese, chives.
I'm trying it.
And if it gets too thick, would you add a little pasta water to that? Or?
Exactly.
Oh my gosh.
Look at that.
That's it.
Amazing.
And
know
that's
what?
it.
That's
That's
literally
it.
a 5-minute dinner.
You guys have
on
to try
the
this.
table.
That fresh pasta, first of all, priceless. Wait, I missed this.
you,
What
sir.
did we put in there?
Chives.
Oh, chives. Oh my gosh.
All right.
Are you
And
kidding
there we
me?
have it.
All right, now I have to try
And
it.
it's so simple.
Wow.
Oh,
Simple,
great
really
flavor.
bright
oh
flavors.
my gosh.
Amazing.
Oh,
Yummy. Is there a secret? Why is this so yummy?
that is so good.
That is
So
delicious.
delicious.
Chef Alfred
And the
Portale.
best dinner I think we've
I
ever
know. I
made.
want people to try it so they can see why we're like.
You go to today.com/food. Get this
my
recipe.
goodness. Oh
my
Make
gosh.
this tonight.
Yeah.
Third hour of Today.
Just
We'll be
find a
right
lemon
back.
And you're good to go.
Yum.
People will kiss you full on the lips for this.
Look who's in our kitchen this morning. Home chef and cookbook author, Hold on.
Palak
Patel.
You got it.
Yeah, Palak is whipping
Thank
up a
you.
delicious recipe from her debut cookbook, The Chutney Life, 100 easy-to-make Indian-inspired recipes. Palak, welcome.
Thank you.
We're
Thank you
so
for having
happy
me.
that you're
I'm
here.
so excited to
and
be
we're
here.
Very excited
We
to
feel
try
like
this
this
out.
is a great weeknight kit.
Yes.
Such a great weeknight meal, and it's really fall forward. You know,
Okay.
spaghetti squash is super great for fall, so I'm excited.
Okay, awesome.
Talk
So
to
tell
us.
us what we should do.
All right, so we've got our spaghetti squash here. I've already sliced this in half, and we're just gonna drizzle this with a little bit of oil
Okay.
and salt and pepper, and then this gets
So
roasted.
you just scraped it out? No,
Yeah.
no big deal? That was it?
All the
Okay.
seeds and all the kind of middle flesh, so super quick. And then
Salt and olive oil, okay.
salt really well, because that's going to add a lot of that flavor in there.
Mm-hmm.
And then we've got our pepper, and you can be as generous as you like with this.
Cool.
And then we're going to roast this cut side down. That's going to help the inside of this flesh
Cut side
cook.
down.
Plus,
Okay.
you're going to get these golden caramel edges, and that's where you get
Okay.
a lot of flavor.
How long do you
So
roast
that
that
goes
for?
in the oven, 375 for about 45 to 50 minutes
Okay.
until it's really nice and golden.
Okay.
Now.
While that cooks, we're gonna make our sauce. So I've got some oil here, and this is where we add a lot of great flavor.
Awesome.
So we've got cumin seeds. These are going to start to kind of sizzle and crackle in the hot oil. And then adding your spices to the oil is just a great way to add that depth and flavor. These are mustard seeds.
Oh, mustard
it's very,
seeds.
It's just, they're crunchy. They have this kind of little bit of zing to them. And so we're going to cook these, and they're going to get really nice and toasty.
How long? You cook them for about 10 minutes?
I'd say about 10 minutes, and you want to kind of hear them crackle and pop, and that's when you know, all right, it's ready to go. And then we've got our aromatics. So we've got garlic, ginger, green chilies. If you don't like spice, you could always leave these out. And we've got some diced red onion. So all of this we can
goes in there.
Yeah, you can do that, and
I'll do these.
I will.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if you're making it for kids, you leave out the green chilies.
You
probably?
can leave out the green chilies, but the garlic and ginger is not going to add kick. It's just going to add flavor.
Yeah.
So I make this for my kids all the time.
Right.
I'll add a little extra butter and cheese for my children. So, and then you can add whatever veggies you like as well. So this is really versatile. If you want to add meat, you could add meat to it.
We add these spices?
Yes, and so I've got tandoori masala, garam masala, and cumin. So it's just really warm and
yummy.
And
spices,
some tomato paste?
Tomato paste. This is going to add a beautiful color along with just like a really great buttery tomato sauce. We're going to cook this down until it's really nice and
it looks like
golden.
what we have
Which is over here.
So then we get here, and the flavors are going to develop. Those spices have a chance to kind of blend together. To this, we're going to add some butter. Because that's just going to add that richness and creaminess to this sauce. And then we have a little bit of chicken broth. This is going to help thin the sauce out a little bit. And then to that, a little bit of good old cream.
Cool.
And again, cozy, really great fall meal.
This is the fun part right here. So this is your cooked squash.
Cooked squash. So
And
this
now
is what
you're
it looks
gonna-
like. It's going to be golden. You scoop it out. You've got strands. And this is what you end up with the sauce.
And you don't even need to do anything. Just
Super
scoop
easy.
it out.
You just scoop it up, and it's going to turn into these kind of like spaghetti strands, as you see.
Oh, it's
really
super easy.
It's, Mother Nature's version of
and it's kind of a way to get veggies, but it's like a noodle.
Oh my gosh.
It's like a noodle, and so you don't miss the pasta.
Is that so yummy?
Yes, it's
that
a great
is
meal for
super,
fall.
super yummy.
Thank you. I'm glad you
Thank you
enjoyed it.
so much, Pollock. Thank
That
you.
is delicious.
All right, thank you, Rob. Those recipes and more, go to today.com/food.
Thank
wow.
you. Yummy.
It's Make Ahead Monday, and we're always trying to find ways to just switch things up a little bit. So this morning, we have a meatless twist on two classics. Joining us to help our healthy lifestyle influencers and hosts of the Facebook show Keeping Up with Coco and Lala. And it is Coco and Lala with us this morning. Good morning, ladies. Hi.
Hey there.
So before we get started, I just have to ask, how'd you decide to make vegan and vegetarian meals together?
Well, I'm vegan and I'm vegetarian, and so we just came together and created a dynamic duo.
Well, tell me this is good. So we're going to do this. Let's jump in. You're starting with a cauliflower bolognese sauce. Lala, why is cauliflower a good substitute for meat with this?
Because it honestly, it tastes just like meat when you have it with the spaghetti sauce
and the taco
seasoning, which we thought of this for you guys because we know you guys are busy moms, Al's doing this healthy eating type thing. So this is a great substitute, and the kids love it. Coco has 5 kids. Her kids love this.
Okay.
And it's simple.
So
and you
let's
can
get
do it in-
cooking.
Yeah.
Let's get cooking. What do we? You
cook it,
start off,
okay.
and you mentioned taco seasoning, which I'm a big fan of the taco seasoning.
Yes. Good. So you want to start by ricing some cauliflower, and you can always buy this pre-riced as well. So once it's riced, all you need to do is get your saucepan, add in some garlic and some fresh onion, and saute this for about 5 minutes. You add in your cauliflower, and you let that simmer and saute for about 10 minutes, and that's it. Once that's done, you add in your choco seasoning.
I'm gonna try this.
This is so amazing, you guys. We literally call this best ever because my daughter Malia, who was 7 at the time, well, I kind of tested this recipe on my family without telling them, and she tasted it, and she's like, "This is the best food ever!" So now we call this best ever. So after your taco seasoning is in, then you add in your pasta sauce.
Okay.
Just your
And
favorite
just
pasta
like
sauce?
that- yes, your favorite pasta sauce.
How do you not make it too
Just like
soggy?
that, you
Sometimes
gotta-
with the cauliflower rice, it gets mushy.
Look at you knowing.
Well, because I like cauliflower rice, but
So
it,
you want to make sure that your pan is hot and you have a little bit of oil, and you definitely want it
okay.
so that it's not too mushy. That's why you only want to leave it on for about 10 minutes, you guys, because you're right. You don't want it mushy. We don't
Yeah.
want it mushy.
Okay.
And then
And
you
just
put this
like
over
that, it's done.
any kind of pasta.
Any kind of pasta. Any kind of pasta. And if you really want to healthen it up, you can use zucchini noodles or
the zoodles.
Yep. And then so you would take it out the fridge the next day, you have some extra. And then what you want to do is add your vegan barbecue sauce to your cauliflower. Already have it pre-seasoned from yesterday. And you want to heat it up. You're going to add it to a bun. A toasted bun. You can add a little bit of green peppers if you like. And on top, we're going to, now I don't know how to say this right, so I think it's gardeniera, but I say Italian relish.
Sure.
Ooh,
a little bit
give
of
it a little kick.
relish. And
Yeah.
And TV magic, it's done.
Very good. Throw a little vegan cheese
And there's
on
no
there.
meat in anything.
And you can have vegan cheese too if you want. Yep, absolutely.
Wow.
That's really
No
terrific.
meat. No meat. It's quick. It's easy. Anybody can do it. Everybody probably has taco seasoning in their
Oh,
in their
yeah.
pack.
Ah.
You know, there you go.
We'll keep you
Two
posted.
healthy-
I'm gonna try it.
All right, we're going to try that.
Fantastic.
We're gonna
Coco
post
and
it.
Lala, thank you so much.
Thanks for having us. Thank you.
All right. For these recipes, head to today.com/food.
If you're looking for a way to get everybody together this weekend for dinner, tell them you're making the ultimate Italian family meal. Of course, we're talking about spaghetti and meatballs.
And you can't get any more classic than that. Our friend Scott Conan is going to show us how to fix it ahead so you don't have to spend your Sunday in the kitchen. His recipe is straight out of his new cookbook. We love this title,
Peace, Love, and Pasta. By the way, brilliant title, Scott. How are you?
I'm great. It's nice to see you. Thanks for having me this morning.
Well, everybody loves a good old-fashioned plate of spaghetti and meatballs, but I know you have your Scott twist on it.
You know, it wouldn't be me if I didn't just do a little something to it. I started with this beautiful Neapolitan tomato sauce. So I took a bunch of beef and onions and celery and crushed red pepper and garlic, and I cooked it all up together and got it nice and caramelized and brown. I added a bunch of tomatoes to it, fresh tomatoes, canned tomatoes, about 50-50. And then I just cooked it for a while. I made a large batch, so this went for about 3.5 hours until this meat, which I later pulled out, was just falling apart and beautiful. And I love those little flecks of meat every once in a while that you get in the tomato sauce itself.
Yeah.
So what I'm gonna do is take that tomato sauce and make these little polpettine. We call them polpettine because we charge by the vowel in Italian restaurants, right? So, you know, it just goes. So I have here this beautiful, can you see that? So it's ground beef, ricotta, Parmesan cheese, garlic, oregano, just a really simple, straightforward recipe. The key to it is this panade. And I just mix it up like that and make these meatballs. I like the meatballs really tiny.
Oh,
so I line
those
them
are
up like little
adorable.
soldiers. Those, yeah, and I just take them and roll them out really small. It's painstaking, gives you a lot to think about, a lot of time to think. And I just line them up on the little tray just like that. And then what I'll do is I'll go to this cast iron pan here, and I'll fry them up.
Oh, fry
in
the balls.
butter, a little bit of olive oil, and a little bit of, and you see how nice and golden they get? They're just really beautiful.
Oh, yum.
And I toss them in that sauce, just like this.
Look at that.
I add a little bit, and I'll just let that cook like that together for about 5 minutes or so, just for a little bit of flavor impart. But there's so much incredible concentrated flavor inside this tomato sauce with those meatballs now. I take this pasta, this macaroni. This is a store-bought one. You could easily do the one that I have in the book as well. It's a beautiful macaroni. And toss it together. And I add a little bit of this pasta cooking liquid as well. Did I lose you there?
Yes.
I think I lost you.
No,
there we go.
right
Perfect.
here. We're just
taking notes.
Right there with you.
Okay. So toss it all together. Add a little bit of butter, a little bit of torn basil inside of it. And this is special stuff. You know, you could freeze the sauce ahead. You could freeze the meatballs as well. I mean, those are really important things to do. And then it's just really easy assembly for you.
I mean, by the way,
Scott, we want
that. It looks so good. You said you throw some butter cubes in the finished product?
So I put a little bit of butter inside there. You know what it does? It rounds out the edges of the acidity of the tomato sauce.
Okay. You know,
so I feel like it just kind of softens it on the bottom.
Hoda and I both like to eat our spaghetti with our kids, Lady in the Tramp style.
Yeah.
You know what? Yeah. And we're going to try it with your recipe this weekend.
Thank you, Scott.
Thank you, Scott. To get this recipe, head to today.com/food. And for Scott's cookbook, we love this. It's called Peace, Love, and Pasta. Head to today.com/shop.
We are back. It is 8:49 with Today Food, and this morning, our dear friend Valerie Bertinelli is back.
She's with us.
She's by the way, we just lost her shot 2 seconds ago, and she came back because we just trust and believed.
The power of Valerie.
We are so happy that Valerie's here. She's got recipes that are full of light and full of flavor. Hey, Valerie, I know you're just resetting your shot. We're so happy that you're here.
I don't know. Oh, I got to fix the
That's all right.
sound.
Take your time.
Oh, no, you're good.
Take your
You're
time.
good. Here you
We
are.
got
Can you
time.
hear
Don't
us?
worry.
It's the perfect.
It's good. We see your glasses and your ceiling.
You look
It's fine.
adorable.
I don't know if she can hear us.
Oh, she can hear us. There you go.
The perfect spring dish, Valerie?
Why are my earpods not coming on?
I don't know. You know what?
Because you're listening
and
to
you know what?
Wolfie's
You
music.
don't have to be a arithmetician to be able to make this.
Wow. I'm never going to hear the end of this.
Go, Valerie.
I love how long people are watching the show.
Go, Valerie.
Yeah.
Valerie, can you hear us?
I can hear you now. Can you hear me?
All right.
Girl, we're
Yes,
so glad.
okay.
We're so glad to see you. Other than your shot just going down, how have you been doing?
I've been doing very well. How about you guys? I cannot wait to get my butt to New York to see you guys in person.
I know.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
we
good.
want you to be one of the first chefs who walks through the door. So what are you whipping up for us today?
Oh, I am whipping up. Oh, let me get everything on. I'm so worried about actually getting on. So I've got a little bit of olive oil. This is a nice lemony, herby with pasta with some nice fresh beans. So what we're going to do is we're going to get a pan going with a couple tablespoons of butter. I'm all verklempt now. Okay, so let me get the heat up and get this all melted. And then into that, you're going to throw some shallots, one shallot. And that's all nice and chopped easily. Shallots are really easy that way. Get that stirred up. While the shallots cook, you're going to slice up some garlic. Now, usually I like to grate garlic into any meal that I'm making, but I want to see the slices of garlic in here. And they get really beautiful and soft and creamy, and they just melt right into the pasta. So I've got the pasta already going, just plain old spaghetti, the good stuff. Good old-fashioned spaghetti that I grew up on. So while this sautés a little bit, plus we're going to get a little bit of chili pepper, red pepper in here. And this is going to soften up in the butter and the olive oil. So as that softens up, the pasta is really ready to go because I put it in when we first met you guys at the very, very beginning, like 45 minutes ago. Not that long ago. Anyway, you're going to use the nice hot pasta water and throw in your snap peas. And you're going to give them a really quick blanch in there. And so while those guys blanch and this guy fries up, you're going to throw in a little bit of heavy cream. And this is going to give you a really beautiful, creamy sauce. It's just a couple tablespoons. It's not much. I love that I'm hearing all these mms and mms. One of these days, we're going to be together and you'll be able to actually taste it.
Yes.
So while that cooks down, I'm going to throw this heat down really low because I don't want to boil off all the cream. Then you're just going to grab some pasta water out of your pot right here where your beans are blanching. Throw that in there and you're going to loosen it up. And while you're at it, just grab all of your spaghetti and your beans, snap peas. Why am I calling them beans? And you're going to throw them right into what you just created, that
I
beautiful
like that
sauce.
thing just drains the water right there.
Yeah.
I know, isn't that great?
Yeah.
Then you're going to throw on some lemon juice and some lemon zest. Get a nice lemony flavor because that's the way I roll. Get that all mixed up. And while you're mixing that, throw in some Parmesan.
Of course.
And then you're going to throw in some fresh herbs,
Oh,
some
that's
parsley.
That's a
And
live shot?
That is beautiful. Ooh.
there you go.
Hey, Val, could you
all
serve
of
that cold?
You absolutely could. Look, I made some last night. It came right out of the fridge. And I'm going to have this for breakfast when I'm done with you guys.
Oh, my gosh.
Oh, yeah.
Beautiful.
Valerie
Isn't
eats
that
pasta
beautiful?
For breakfast too.
Yeah.
That's great. Who's
Oh, hell yeah.
Hey, Valerie, how's Wolfie doing?
He's doing great. His album drops on June 11th. I hope he comes back to see you guys.
Yeah.
That'd be great.
I love
Look
that
at
song,
that boy.
Free. That track Free, I think, just came out recently. So many good songs
Isn't
on that
that
record.
amazing?
Yeah,
I mean, it's so hard for me, even though I know him, that he plays every single instrument on that. It's just crazy. He's brilliant, but I'm his mom. What do I know?
And Carson, when that single came out, what kind of reception
Distance.
did it get?
Oh, immediately. As I spoke to Wolfie, he was worried about what Van Halen fans would think, but he's carved his own way with this record. And as Val said, and I'll say it, I mean, it's ridiculous that he is that talented to do every part on that record, and it's so good.
I love you, Carson.
No, it's true. I wouldn't say it if it wasn't true.
Yeah, it's great. You don't have to pay
I'm so
anybody
proud
else.
of him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
right. You'd have to split that check 5 other ways.
Good to see you, Val.
We miss you.
I miss you.
Good to see you guys. I can't wait to see you.
Enjoy that pasta.
Yeah. If you want to get your hands on Valerie's recipes, you can go to it's been a long 24 hours. Today.com/food. And don't forget to catch episodes of Valerie's Home Cooking on the Food Network. Bye, Val. We love you.
Bye, Val.
This morning's guest is known affectionately around the world as Pepper Thai for her fun videos, her love of spicy food. And Chrissy Teigen knows her quite well. She calls her mom.
I love it. For years, Pepper has been showing off her culinary skills on YouTube in Pepper's Corner, a series featured on Chrissy's channel. And now you can cook along with her because the Pepper Thai cookbook is out today.
That's right. We're so excited that she's here with us to tell us that and so much more, and to share one of her favorite family recipes. Good morning, Pepper. How are you?
Good morning. Hi, good morning, New York.
I love Thai food. Pepper, before we get to your recipe, I guess Pepper is not your given name. You weren't born with that name. How did you get that nickname?
When I first came to America in 1983, her father and I bought taverns up in Seattle, Washington, and we run the tavern for a while. And I've been cooking there, and I always make my own food, and I eat so spicy, so hot that. And then my Thai name is kind of hard to pronounce, so they give me the peppers.
We'll take it.
We'll take it. Name since then, yes.
Sounds good. All right, let's talk about what you're cooking here. Stir-fried spaghetti?
Yes, spaghetti and like a sweet chili jam with sun-dried tomatoes. I think it's a very easy, pretty much kind of like a pad thai a little bit. I think it's a lot easier too this way.
Wow. Wow.
Good morning.
Hi, John. Hi, Chrissy.
They are wedding.
I'm so excited for Mom. We can't hear anything.
Oh, okay. Well, it's not rehearsal.
I just want to say hi to everybody.
John is dressed. Chrissy is not.
We miss New York.
I know. It's so fun to be all together like that. Pepper, so how do you make this? Give us your recipe here.
So I just fried garlic, chicken, slide up, and then chili jams. I add in a sun-dried tomatoes, and wait till the chicken is cooked. This is the chili jam. I had it in my book. You can make your own, or you can buy it at the supermarket.
And you can make it spicy or sweet, right? Or maybe if your kids don't like spicy.
Yes, right, yes. I mean, even this chili jam, it comes with no spice, mediums and high. And for me, I add more.
Yes, you do.
Pepper, you use a lot of fish sauce throughout the cookbook. What is fish sauce for folks who aren't familiar with that?
Fish sauce is like a fermented fish. And I cannot live without it. We use a lot, try to get people to learn how to use it. Even a household is like a regular thing at the house. People really tend to using it now more than 20, 30 years ago. Our house is like every day, more than the soy sauce.
Right.
Oh, wow.
So, Pepper, Thai food, I think anybody would say, is one of the most delicious cuisines on earth. The flavor is just so elevated, it's so good, but people are probably a little intimidated to try and recreate a Thai dish in their own homes. Why should they not be nervous to do that?
People always order Thai food, but I know they're intimidated. I mean, even Chrissy, she have me now. She's rather have me doing it. It's so easy. We have to do our own hair today.
Does she always do that when you're cooking? Come in and do your hair?
Such a stage mom.
You look beautiful.
She loves to teasing me and playing around with me.
I would cook every day if Chrissy Teigen came in and did my hair.
And tussle your hair.
I did that. Yes, I did that. Yes.
Pepper, thank you so much. Congratulations on the cookbook.
Thank you so much.
Thanks,
Miss
Pepper.
New York, love your guy. I watch you guys every day. Thank you so much.
Thank you. It's called the Pepper Thai Cookbook. You can find it at today.com/food.
Love Thai food, right?
Got to do it tonight. Now that's a picture.
Bye, guys.
Bye, Chrissy.
Bye, Chrissy.
I wish John was in a towel.
Thank you.
It's a family affair today.
I love her.
is new evidence this morning that the so-called Mediterranean diet, it can sharply reduce your chances of developing dementia, even if you have a genetic risk for it. NBC News medical contributor Dr. Natalie Azar is here to tell us about the new study, and that could have us eating healthier. What encouraging news. I mean, anything can fight back against dementia and Alzheimer's, but this is a diet that a lot of people have been on or are on.
Absolutely, Hoda. It is definitely another vote for the Mediterranean diet. So this study looked at over 60,000 individuals who were middle-aged and followed them for about 9 years. And there were close to 900 cases of dementia. People who followed strictly a Mediterranean diet had almost a quarter lower chance of developing dementia. And as you said in the lead, they actually took into account genetic risk, and that didn't even make a difference, which is really, really encouraging because you think that certain things are predetermined, but this is the kind of thing that we can all actually implement in our lives.
Can you remind everybody what the Mediterranean diet is and then why it might have affected something to do with your brain health?
Right. So the Mediterranean diet, think plant-based. Okay, so we're talking about fresh fruits and vegetables, whole grains, seeds, legumes, things like that, fish, seafood, olive oil. You want to limit or eat in moderation red meat, eggs, poultry, cheese, yogurt, and sweets. Why is it? Well, you know, some people have said maybe it's not a direct effect on the brain, but maybe because it's reducing inflammation, it has antioxidants, that it's helping your heart health, that helps the blood vessels in the brain. We don't know exactly why, but nonetheless, this is very compelling. It was such a large study.
Besides the change of diet, other ways that folks might be able to reduce the likelihood that they develop Alzheimer's or dementia?
Absolutely, and all of these things, again, are lifestyle changes, getting adequate sleep, controlling your blood pressure, controlling cholesterol, your blood glucose, staying physically and mentally active. These are all things that can help with cognitive decline and hopefully stave off the risk of dementia.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Natalie.
Diet can play a big part in our ability to stay sharp and may even reduce your risk of cognitive diseases such as Alzheimer's. Here's a look at how the foods we choose can impact our ability to focus and function. We have all felt that dreaded mid-afternoon slump, and it turns out there's a reason for it.
What's happening in the brain when you feel this slump is it doesn't have the fuel it needs. The fuel that you're providing all have an impact on whether or not your brain will be as sharp as it humanly can be.
That fuel comes in the form of food. 20% of the calories you consume go toward brain function, which needs specific nutrients to focus and function fully throughout the day.
What goes into our bodies is almost certainly going to reflect itself in our brains.
We're in an era now where we can get all kinds of processed, packaged foods that aren't necessarily what our bodies have evolved to deal with. To keep our health maximal, what you want to do is eat naturally.
Research shows that people who eat a primarily plant-based diet are more likely to experience brain-boosting benefits, both short-term and long-term.
The clearest evidence of benefit and risk reduction revolves around the MIND diet and the Mediterranean diet, which have both been studied quite well and show good effects.
MIND diet stands for Mediterranean Intervention for Neurodegenerative Delay. It's broken down into a list of healthy foods like leafy greens, beans, nuts, whole grains, fatty fish, having about 2 servings of berries every day actually help to reduce cognitive decline by about 2.5 years.
Of course, there are foods to limit, too.
Things you want to avoid are going to be anything that is high in sugar, refined carbohydrates, so white pasta, white bread, obviously any sugary drinks. You want to limit the amount of overall saturated fat that's coming into your diet, typically coming from meat, animal products such as high-fat dairy, things of that nature.
75% of the brain is made up of water, so what you drink is important too.
Many times when people say they feel drained of energy or they're hungry, they're just dehydrated. Water is really critical as a drink. Coffee is great. Any kind of tea will have benefit.
In the short term, there's no doubt that caffeine improves processing speed and helps with attention. A lifetime habit of caffeinated beverages may be protective against brain disorders later.
Psychologically, people see the effects of a diet shift pretty rapidly. They start feeling better, they start having more energy, and this cascades into all sorts of other things in life, like how happy you are and how well you're sleeping at night. So when people shift their diets so that they're eating well, it really matters.
A brain-healthy diet may also help prevent cognitive diseases like Alzheimer's, which is the 6th leading cause of death in the United States. 64-year-old Debbie Morden has a history of Alzheimer's in her family.
My father had Alzheimer's for 12 years. His brother had Alzheimer's, and 3 of his first cousins had Alzheimer's.
Debbie has tested positive for an Alzheimer's gene and is taking a proactive approach. She's seen an Alzheimer's prevention specialist who recommended the MIND diet.
That gene means I have a higher risk of Alzheimer's. I went on basically a vegan diet except for fish. I've cut out dairy and I'm eating more grains and more legumes, increasing olive oil and a daily intake of berries, and also lowered alcohol to 4 ounces of red wine a couple times a week.
After 8 months, Debbie has significantly lowered her cholesterol and hopes her new diet will ward off cognitive deterioration.
I watched my father for 12 years decline. The whole thing with Alzheimer's, it starts developing 10 to 20 years before you see signs of it. So you want to start preventing it as early as possible. I'm making the changes because I want to live a healthy life as long as I can and enjoy it.
Whether you're 85 or you're 8, now is the time to start building that base. Diet can prevent certain things. And I never want to have a conversation with my patient where they've developed something and we didn't have the years to work into that prevention factor.
It's something you have to commit to and do it for the long haul. We always say we want a brain span to match your lifespan.
For more on the MIND diet, head to hodaandjenna.com. Here with more is the author of This Is Your Brain on Food, Dr. Uma Naidu. Welcome, Dr. Naidu.
Hi, Dr. Naidu.
Thank you so much, Jenna and Hoda. I'm a big fan, so I'm excited to be here.
That is so sweet. Okay, you know what? I sort of like know in theory how this works because I know when I eat terrible food the night before, I wake up the next day and I feel even worse. And my goal in eating that terrible food is to soothe myself at night. So there's a real direct correlation between your gut and your brain.
Exactly. You know, Hoda, you'd be surprised to know that some people call the gut the second brain. And here's why. They have a profound influence on one another, and they actually have the same origin in the body. So I think that's something useful for people to know when they, when they're making a decision about what to eat.
Okay, so we wake up in the morning. Sometimes we have those days where we're feeling sluggish, we're not motivated. And I've noticed that if I eat certain things, I feel worse.
Yes.
So, but what can we eat to make us start our day on the right path?
That's a great question, because I think we're all feeling a little bit of that these days. I like to add spices. So, you could add things like black pepper, cinnamon, and ginger, which are actually ingredients of my grandmother's chai tea recipe, but they're great to kind of liven things up. Also things like saffron, which can be added. It's a great aromatic. It can be added to a risotto, or adding, things like rosemary and sage to a roasted to roasted veggies can help liven things up for you. And maybe because what you're trying to do is feel more alert and feel more energy as well.
What would you say is like the best breakfast if you want to start the day right?
So I actually love either something like a chia pudding or, chia pudding, a little bit of coconut milk, and topped with lots of different nuts. And my favorite go-to nuts that are great brain foods are either hazelnuts or macadamia. And, a simple thing like that you can even make ahead is a great way to, you can plan for the week, set out your little chia puddings, and you have them ready to go.
So we have been talking all morning about how people are more anxious than ever. What are some foods that can actually help soothe anxiety?
So, when I think the uncertainty is what's so difficult for people, and this is where fiber is your friend. So adding in fiber-rich foods that you get from, vegetables, certain berries, beans, nuts, seeds, and legumes, those help to sort of even out your blood sugar levels because they break down more slowly in the body. But it's also important to know things to avoid when you're feeling anxious.
Yes.
And what I like to remind people about here is that there's sometimes hidden sources of caffeine that we don't think about, such as, sodas that have caffeine or other beverages, and then things like, chocolate could have caffeine, and some over-the-counter headache pills as well. So you want to try to avoid these if you're feeling super anxious and you're feeling stressed.
What if you're feeling just down? You don't know what it is. I don't know whether it's a funk or whatever. And usually in those moments, that's when you go for the comfort food that really take you down the rabbit hole.
Exactly. It's a long rabbit hole. So I like to suggest things that people can do right now. Adding prebiotic or probiotic rich foods, which are fermented foods, into your diet even right now can really help you and start to make a difference. But I also think the same thing with depression, Hoda and Jenna. I think that also knowing things to avoid becomes super important. And here's where I want people to know that there are actually a lot of studies that show that sugar is associated quite profoundly with levels of depression. And things like, nitrates, which you find in processed meats, are also linked to depression. So maybe cut back on those foods and add back, prebiotic-rich foods and probiotics, which are usually fermented foods, like kefir, unsweetened, and things like that.
Like what were the pre or probiotic foods that we can try?
So prebiotic foods are like garlic, leeks, onions, different types of vegetables, and these feed the good bugs in your gut and really help you stave off symptoms. And then probiotics are usually a supplement, but fermented foods are rich in these active cultures, and things like miso, kimchi, unsweetened kefir, sauerkraut, kombucha are all good options for you.
So I think a lot of people are having a hard time sleeping. I used to drink chamomile tea before bed. Let's talk about things that are good for sleep and then the benefits of chamomile tea.
Absolutely. So chamomile, the great aroma really helps us to de-stress, and it's well known. I also have another tip about de-stressing, which is turmeric with black pepper, a pinch of black pepper, and you can add it to a soup or smoothie. And why turmeric with a pinch of black pepper? It hits the high notes on so many conditions in mental wellness. So that's one of my go-tos.
Great.
Okay. Dr. Naidu, thank you so much. We appreciate you.
Okay, are you ready to feel your best yet? If the answer is yes, we've got some power foods to tell you about that can improve your overall health and wellness.
We're talking about immunity, sleep, brain health, all the things. Max Lugavere is a health and science journalist. His recent book is called Genius Kitchen. First of all, I love the fact that the things we need are right in front of us, right in the fridge, right in the supermarket, that can actually help us physically. We're always taking pills if we have a problem. We're not working the front end.
Food as medicine is such a cool way to think about life, right?
It is. I mean, food is so powerful. I mean, with every bite you take, you are essentially either feeding or fighting disease. And so I'm here to present some of what I think are the most powerful foods available to most people in your average supermarket.
Mushrooms, they're all over the place.
Yeah, so mushrooms can actually be used to balance immune function, to foster better immunity.
Wow.
So there are a few mechanisms here which are still being elucidated, but essentially some mushrooms create vitamin D, which can tamper down an overactive immune response. But I think most interestingly, mushrooms like lion's mane, which are typically pretty available, they actually create antioxidants that we produce in our own bodies, one of which is called glutathione. It's considered the mother of all antioxidants. It helps to detox and reduce oxidative stress.
Which one's lion's mane? This one?
So
That's oyster, right?
Yeah. So we have.
Is that lion mane?
That's not a lion's mane. No, lion's mane actually has like it has the consistency of crab, fresh crab. It's really.
By the
really
way,
tasty.
whatever this one is,
It's really good.
I want to keep eating it.
Here's a tip. Actually, you don't want to rinse mushrooms. You just want to.
Eat them a little dirty.
Cook them. Yeah, eat them a little dirty with some nice butter or olive oil.
Move on to kiwi.
So here we've got kiwi. Kiwi can be used to promote better digestion and good sleep. So we're seeing clinical trials now that 2 kiwi a day. Yeah, actually in a head-to-head match against psyllium husk, kiwi has been shown to help reduce constipation, which a lot of people suffer from, and also can help fight constipation and also improve sleep too before bed.
Should you skin on or off?
Yeah, I'm so glad you asked. Eat the kiwi with the skin because
Skin
the
on.
skin contains
Skin's
more
good.
vitamin E.
I've never eaten a kiwi with skin.
Yeah, it's
Try
good.
it. People think that it's weird, but
It's
it's
not
actually
bad.
really tart and delicious. You like
It's
it?
not bad. I don't know that I could force my kids to eat. Wow, tart.
It's good, right? But it balances out the sweet.
But what if the kid doesn't eat it? Is it okay, the middle stuff?
Yeah, the middle is great too. The middle is great too.
Let's get to these fruits.
Okay, so here we have brain foods. So these foods are loaded with compounds called flavonoids, which are plant pigments that are usually in the outer skin. We've got apples, we've got citrus, we've got plums. Berries are a great source of flavonoids. They've been shown to boost BDNF in the blood, which is a miracle grow protein that actually helps to support healthy neurons.
BDNF, it's called?
BDNF, yeah. We produce it in our muscles when we work out. One of the reasons why exercise is so great. But this has actually been shown to boost it. So you never know. An apple a day might keep the neurologist away.
Doesn't matter red or green, whatever?
No, it doesn't matter.
Okay.
High flavonoid foods.
Okay, let's go to strawberries and almonds.
Yeah, so these are anti-aging foods. Strawberries are rich in a compound called fisetin, which is known as a senolytic. So we have in our bodies, all of us, especially as we age, cells called senescent cells that secrete pro-inflammatory compounds that can make our skin look more aged. And so these actually fight aging by helping to kill off those zombie cells. Yeah. You can actually
No, thank you, zombie scales.
And actually, this is actually also very interesting. Strawberry leaves are rich in caffeic acid, which is a very powerful antioxidant.
So eat the leaf?
So when you eat
can
a strawberry, you eat the whole thing?
Yeah, I do. And almonds are loaded with magnesium, which 50% of Americans don't consume adequate amounts of, and magnesium can help fight DNA damage.
Wow, this
So,
is
again,
crazy.
yeah.
Okay, hit us with the last one.
Okay, so here we've got dark chocolate and coffee. So this, I mean, people are probably at home rejoicing.
I am.
Loaded with compounds called flavanols. When you buy dark chocolate, you want to make sure that the cacao percentage is high, and it hasn't been processed with alkali, also known as Dutch processed, which greatly degrades the health quality of the chocolate. And then from the standpoint of coffee, coffee's long been associated with better cardiovascular health, reduced risk for Alzheimer's disease and other neurodegenerative conditions. And we now know that caffeine actually can help promote better lipids in the blood, so better, healthier cholesterol levels.
Wow.
Well,
Welcome back. It is Superfood Friday. Today, nutritionist Joy Bauer is back, and this week she has not one, not two, but 3 surprising superfoods that could help boost brain power and enhance your memory. This is exciting. First of all, the role that food plays in terms of our memory, in terms of our brain health and all that.
Which is a great question. So there's a lot of studies that we have now that are showing that there are certain compounds within foods and beverages that can help to slow cognitive decline and also boost memory, boost brain power. It's all good, and I'm going to feature 3 today.
Let's start with the blueberries.
Blueberries, you can tell from their color, they are packed with antioxidants, and in fact that they rank #1 when the USDA did like a huge rally of all of the fruits and vegetables. Number one. And they get their blue color from something called anthocyanins. That's the name of the antioxidant, and we know that that helps to boost brain power. There's actually even a Harvard study that shows if these women, they ate 1 cup a week, that's not a lot, and they had significant increase in their smarts. They did all sorts of tests and stuff. How easy is that, right? You could throw them in pancake batter and muffin batter on your oatmeal, but this is my favorite way. Classic peanut butter and jelly sandwich, swap out the sugary jam and just put whole blueberries. And this is so fun for your kids. No, they stick because of the peanut butter. And then for kids, you can make a tic-tac-toe board. This is like the ultimate pre-exam morning breakfast.
I love that. That's a great idea. So cocoa powder is the next superfood.
Cocoa powder is like the king of dark chocolate because it's 100% dark chocolate. And they contain something called flavanols. It's another type of antioxidant that we know can keep your blood vessels healthy and elastic, which means a healthy heart. And a healthy heart equals a healthy brain, because when your blood vessels are open and elastic and healthy and happy, all of the nutrition goes right up to your brain. You get more oxygen, you get more nutrients. So what I'm going to show you that you can do is add, it's not sweet, cocoa powder is not sweet and indulgent like dark chocolate, but you could do a lot of things with it. If you take some and you mix it into, this is just a vanilla low-fat yogurt. 2 ingredients, and you've now made a brain-boosting chocolate pudding.
So my kids will just think they're having chocolate pudding.
Just
and really,
tell them it's chocolate pudding.
Oh, wow.
Isn't that good?
That's terrific.
2
Like
ingredients.
Now, this
Doesn't
one-
get easier than that.
This is the most surprising superfood to me. Coffee?
Coffee. Al, every single week we are hearing more and more studies showing that the benefits in terms of brain health for coffee. We used to think it was just the caffeine. We know that caffeine keeps you alert, it wakes you up, but it's a combination of the caffeine and the antioxidants within coffee that can help boost brain power. And that's really good news because a lot of people are caffeine sensitive. So that means decaf gives you these health perks as well. And all you need is about a half a cup to 4 cups a day to reap these benefits.
So you're making a breakfast cookie.
I developed, I'm calling this
You're
my
so excited about
exclusive.
these.
I'm so excited about these cookies. These are brain-boosting breakfast coffee cookies.
This is exclusive to the Today Show.
Just to the Today Show. I'm going to put them on Instagram, and I'm going to put them on our website. So for the dry ingredients, it's whole grain flour, we have cocoa powder, some cinnamon, and we have a little bit of baking powder.
And some salt?
And some salt, kosher salt. Now I'm adding instant coffee, boom, right into the batter. We're going to mix.
I thought that was connected to this, but no, this is just instant coffee.
This is just instant coffee. You could also use finely powdered regular coffee as well, but it's easy to buy the instant.
So you mix this up.
Yeah, so the wet ingredients are a lot of usual breakfast foods. I have Greek yogurt, I have eggs, I have mashed banana, and a little bit of honey. You mix these 2 things in, then you fold in your blueberries, because all 3 superfoods are in here.
That's
Go taste the cookie, see what you think.
And
then a little bit of chocolate chips. Each cookie is only 80 calories and comes packed with protein and fiber, so you could have 3 with a cup of coffee for breakfast.
Fantastic. Joy, thank you so much.
3 cookies for breakfast.
For these recipes, go to today.com health, and we'll be right back.
Cheers. Oh, my goodness.
We're going to tell you about 5 foods to add to your diet to help improve memory, energy levels, and sleep. Dr. Taz Bhatia is an integrative wellness physician and host of the Superwoman Wellness podcast. But this is for everybody. Dr. Taz, good morning.
Good morning.
So you're saying before we get to it that if you start incorporating these into your diet, you'll see results relatively quickly?
The beauty about kind of getting your diet right is usually within 3 weeks, you can see a change, and it can be as quiet as you have more sleep and you have more energy to like you're on and you're focused and ready to go.
Wow. What is about these foods that we're going to look at here? What is about these particular foods and other items that give the brain that boost?
Well, why we have picked these foods is because we call them superfoods. They just have a ton of nutrients for every serving.
Okay.
So they're efficient, right? So if you're trying to get these nutrients in, this is an efficient way to do it to keep your brain and your energy superpowered.
All right, our first super ingredient is magnesium. Where do we find that?
So magnesium, I always call the miracle micronutrient. It helps us with sleep. It helps calm us down. It helps balance serotonin.
Try that.
Believe it or not, dark chocolate is going to be one of our best sources. An ounce of it has about 64 milligrams of magnesium in it. Legumes are great. They come in at about 70 milligrams. A tablespoon of flax, which you see right here, at about 40. Avocado also has magnesium, but less than the dark chocolate.
So you have this recipe, these little balls. What are in those then?
So it's a lot of cacao, which has a lot of the magnesium and the antioxidants in it, almond butter for the healthy fats, flax seeds. Mix it up together, super easy. Has a little bit of oat too.
Little dark chocolate
in there.
dark
chocolate in there. So it's
yummy, right?
stuff.
And not too much calories either,
Not
is
too many calories. So if you have a chocolate craving, you can go for
Let's
it.
talk collagen here, because
Yes.
collagen, you say, it's actually naturally occurring in our bodies.
We all have it. We've all got collagen. It's naturally occurring. We know it for skin and hair and overall health, but it actually helps support the gut lining, helping us to absorb the nutrients. So many people are eating healthy, but they're not absorbing what they're eating. Collagen comes in and helps us with that, helps the brain, helps energy. It's in a lot of naturally occurring proteins. So we've got salmon here, for example, and chicken. You know, these are things that are a great way to get salmon in.
This looks like chicken stock. How would you use it?
This is bone broth.
Bone broth.
Some people will just drink bone broth and get a great source of
Roker
collagen.
does Try a swig.
Roker does
Wash that
And then
down.
if you're vegetarian, you can get some collagen from your vegetables as well. It's just that we get a lot more through our proteins and through our bone broth.
These are cruciferous.
Those are
Can you only
cruciferous.
get the collagen from cruciferous?
Not
vegetables?
necessarily. No, you can get it from other vegetables as well. It's just not as dense.
All right, this is a new one on me. Choline. What is that? Why is it good?
So choline, I feel like, doesn't get enough press, and I'm so glad we're talking about it today. So choline actually is a nutrient that comes in and coats all our nerves. So it helps us with learning, with memory, with focus. And we really want to get choline in our diet. So choline is naturally found in eggs. Eggs are one of the best sources, but you've got to eat the egg yolk.
Okay.
The yolk has the choline, has about 140 milligrams. We've got mushrooms and burgers here. Which one do you think has more choline?
Mushrooms.
Mushrooms.
You guys win. Good job. So mushrooms actually have more choline
How
than
many
a burger.
eggs would you have to eat, or mushrooms? Like, what's a serving to get enough choline any given day?
This is the beauty of eggs. One full egg, including the yolk, will do it. You need a cup of mushrooms. You actually need 2 burgers to get the choline.
Ooh, I love choline. Yeah.
Mushrooms and eggs, I guess.
There we go.
Do a mushroom burger.
This is something I've never heard of.
Oh, ghee. I've heard of this.
I've
It's like
never heard of
butter or
ghee.
something.
Ghee is it's like butter. That's a great way to think about it. It's clarified butter. It's been used in Eastern systems of medicine for a really long time, and it's been used as a healing fat. And the reason is because ghee actually has less lactose, less casein. So if you've got somebody that's dairy intolerant, can't tolerate that stuff, they can usually tolerate ghee very well. But the secret superfood ingredient here is MCT, or medium chain triglycerides. That helps the brain, it helps the gut, it balances everything living down here in the gut, and that is really the powerhouse, the source of our energy. So if we're not getting some of these healthy fats in, that's one of the biggest reasons I see brain and energy start to go down.
How do you get ghee in your diet? I'm not looking to
Yes,
take a big old
no,
bite
we
of
don't
that.
want you, and we don't want you
Did
to
you
do
put it on
that.
toast?
You can put it on toast. Literally, all you need is about 1/4 to a half of a
make sure
teaspoon.
they see that, a tiny little bit.
Tiny little teaspoon. You don't need a lot, and you can spread it on something. It also has a higher smoke point, so you can bake and fry with it as well.
So you can use it as butter.
Exactly.
When she and her family are busy on the road.
That's right. And today, Carrie's showing us a couple of her favorite healthy recipes from her new book, Find Your Path, which tackles diet, exercise, and healthy living. She collaborated on the recipes in the book with her good friend, nutritionist Kara Clark. Hey, Kara, good to meet you.
Thanks for having me. We're so happy you're here, and we're going to make ugly lasagna.
We
Kara's
are.
right. This is not ugly
It's
at all.
very
It's
pretty.
I think this is pretty, but I get what you're saying. I get if I made it, it'd be really ugly.
Well, it's when it comes out of the crock pot is when it gets ugly.
So, Kara, y'all are old pals, is that right?
Yeah, we went to
we
college
go
together.
back, but we don't tell how long.
I know, don't tell how long.
Yeah,
It's like 5 years ago.
Ladies.
Yes, yeah, you're ladies.
5, 6
A
years
lady
ago.
doesn't talk about how long it goes
That's
back.
right. But you lost touch for a while and then found each other again?
Yes.
Great.
Yeah,
How did that happen?
life happens.
Our love.
Yes.
But over kids, kind of,
Over
right?
kids, yeah.
Over y'all's kids.
Exactly. We could connect with having no time in our lives.
Okay, so this is a great recipe for moms. If y'all are watching, pay attention. We're starting with some white onion and red pepper, correct?
Yes, but
I like how Carrie's just getting right to it.
the good.
She knows she doesn't have time.
I know. The good thing is you can really throw literally any vegetables you have in your refrigerator in it. I've used leftovers before, stuff from the night before.
Okay.
Like the good thing about this is whatever. Keep it colorful. It's all good. Veggies are your friend.
So, and I like, you kind of are hiding the veggies in a little bit. That's a good trick for kids, right?
Well, and I say even blend it up if your kids are really picky, or husbands in my case.
Uh-oh. I hope he's not
And then they
watching.
don't know.
Yeah.
They don't know.
What they don't know doesn't kill
Yeah,
it.
exactly.
Yeah.
So what are we doing next over here?
We
in the
just
pan?
are going to saute them down a little
Okay.
bit.
All right.
Yeah.
Cool.
Lots
just
of them.
scrape those right in.
So they're
And
ready.
how would y'all describe the
You know what?
recipes?
Let's just.
Yes.
There we go. Let's
Get
just
on with
come
it.
on.
Dog
ugly.
recipe.
You know.
How would you describe the recipes in the book?
Cleaning it up.
Easy. Most of the things you really should have in your pantry, in your fridge already, or they're easy to find at the grocery store. I don't have time for crazy stuff or too many ingredients. This kind of thing makes a lot of food, so it's good for big families or people are coming over. It's healthy, and it's super duper easy. So.
Cool. Okay, so we saute these babies.
Saute till they kind of get soft.
Love
and
it.
then you start making layers.
Okay, let's go.
And the layers can kind of go however you want. So you want to show us how
I'm
you do it.
fascinated with the idea of a lasagna in a slow cooker.
Yeah, you start out with some like olive oil spray and some sauce on the bottom. You make the noodles fit, break them up.
You
If
don't even have to cook them before?
These are whole wheat. Nope, these are whole wheat noodles. If you don't have this, you could use like chickpea noodles or
Do your
rice noodles.
Do your kids go for the whole wheat noodles?
Yeah, or some sort of maybe you could probably use penne or
Yeah.
something like that
Yeah.
if you don't have.
Yeah.
Have these, break them to fit, make your layers, put your veggies in.
Yum.
Put your sauce in after the veggies.
Okay, you're using tools.
You layer it
Yeah,
out.
I mean, layer up.
So, Karen,
Lots of
was
layers.
is this your recipe or
This is
Carrie's?
actually
Let's get real
Carrie's
here.
recipe,
Okay,
and
all
I
right.
approved it.
Kara approved.
Kara, for moms out there and dads, I would hate to, leave you out.
Yeah.
What are the things we should be eating every single day?
So colors, and this is fun with the kids too.
Yeah.
You kind of can spin the wheel, get out an old twister wheel or something like that, and then the kids get to be involved in it. So my motto is 5 colors a day.
5 colors a day.
And then we combine our macros, which is carbs with fat and protein every time we eat. Same with kids. We don't want blood sugar spikes with our kids because that just means more
No, because
energy.
then we have the crash, and that crash
We
doesn't
don't
look good.
want them to have more energy.
It doesn't work for us anymore.
All right, we've got spinach. You put in some cheese.
Yeah.
All right, should we come over here and try some of this?
Yeah.
I actually think it's
Just
rude to
keep
call it
making
ugly.
layers
Yeah, how many
for the
layers are you doing
record
here, Kara?
until you get to the top and
Okay.
end with
Part of
some
the reason
sauce.
Our stuff turns out ugly
Easy
is 'cause we
peasy.
have so many colors,
keep
and it's
working
like
this for you.
brownish because
Yes.
by the time you get all
Look
the
how
colors.
many colors this is, y'all.
If you've got a busy day ahead, then whip out that slow cooker and we're going to put it to good use. And we're also going to save you a lot of time in the kitchen.
And there's one celebrity chef who knows his way around a slow cooker. It's Food Network's The Kitchen co-host, Jeff Morrow.
Woo! Yeah, Jeff, come on.
Hey, great planks, guys, by the way. You inspired
No,
me
your
to do my
plank was
plank
better
earlier.
than
So
ours.
I'm not going to disagree with you, but your form has got, I got a couple notes for you guys. I'll give them to you after the segment.
I don't love anything more than a burrito, except for maybe a taco. Yeah.
Okay, well, we are combining two things, a burrito and Cuban food, and
Yeah,
we're making
wow.
ropa vieja burritos.
Okay.
Hey, did you know this? We're using red peppers, right?
Okay.
Ropa vieja actually means old rope in Spanish. So you get that beautiful chew, but we're going to make it super succulent and easy by doing it in a slow cooker.
Okay.
And it always has nice red peppers. Do you know there's 2? sexes in peppers.
What?
This is a female red
How do you
pepper,
know?
and this is a male.
What?
Yes.
How do you know?
Let me first say, when a male and a female pepper fall in love, right? They get together, and the male. Okay, sorry.
Yes.
So you can tell because there's four little segments in the female, and the male, obviously much inferior to the female pepper, has three.
Okay.
So now you know nothing different about flavor
Do they
or
taste
taste
the
or
exact
color.
same?
Totally the same. It's just again,
And-
I don't judge whether you're a female or male pepper out there. Everybody to me is a wonderful human pepper.
Okay, so
we're
you
gonna
need,
saute
but you need
that.
red pepper. You can't
Right.
use any other color.
No, you can't. 'Cause it's just, I
Red
cook
is
with
my
color
favorite.
too.
Yes.
So to this, we got beautiful onions in there. We're gonna add some cumin, some allspice, some clove, some dried oregano, beautiful spices in there, and some tomato paste.
Tomato paste.
Right.
Got it,
We're gonna
Jeff.
kind of create this tomato base and then deglaze it with white wine, not red wine, which is
controversial.
It's just a little more, I think, fruitier for this and less overpowering.
Yeah, yeah.
And we're starting with the great flank steak, right? Which is a tough cut of meat. That's why we're gonna braise it. We salted that overnight. We cut it into 4 strips to make it cook a little quicker. And we're gonna add it into our slow cooker here.
Yes.
Set it to 4 hours on high or 6 to 8 on low.
I mean, leave the house.
So I have a question.
Leave the house don't leave your family.
No,
Don't leave the kids
not for
alone
the
in the
flank
basement
steak.
with a loaf of bread
No,
and some
but you
nice
can
warm
you
water.
can turn this baby on, go to work, come back.
Come back. That's when you want to put it on low.
But Jeff, you have to cook everything in that pan first. You can't just dump it all
You
in
can
here.
do it if you have a sear feature in your thing, but you got to extract and caramelize those flavors.
Yes.
You can't miss that beat. It's worth the extra 10 minutes,
Okay.
people. All right,
Now,
so
this
we got
is
to
my
roll
favorite part. Let's
All
just
right,
stop.
I need you guys here.
Wait, what happened to the meat?
We can shred this, right?
Okay.
Just with 2
It's
forks.
easy
You
to
can
shred,
see.
right?
Look how
just falls
Look
apart.
how it falls apart, delectable. All that connective tissue, all the fat is rendered down. It got in the sauce. The
So all
sauce got
that's
in
in
the
here.
meat.
Yes, it's
it came
all-
together like a female and male pepper together to create a baby pepper.
Okay.
This is the birds and the bees, not only about Ropa Vieja. So now we are going to show you how to properly roll a burrito. Start with your squeeze bottle.
Okay.
We're going to create a glue, right?
Yes. What is that? Sour
This
cream?
is sour cream or Mexican crema.
Okay.
Just a little bit right now.
Okay.
Then the lettuce, even about to a 1-inch perimeter here. So they obviously have a tight budget here on Iceberg, so they didn't give us a ton. But what are you gonna do, Hoda? Right? Times are tough. Okay. Now some tomatoes,
Right in the
evenly
middle?
around, right in the middle. It's almost like making a pizza.
Yes.
Right. Now we got some meat here.
Avocado. Oh, meat.
I am guiding us.
Sorry, Jeff. Sorry, I got ahead of myself.
I didn't fly all the way here from the south of France. No, I came from South Beach. I was at the Wine and
how
Food
was it?
Festival.
You were?
How was it? My body's not happy, but my mind is
Careful, Jim.
even less happy. Jenna is the first host I've ever seen that come in here and start eating before the segment. This is so awesome. So we'll put a little meat on there. Look at that. Are you okay? Everything okay at home? It's good? Want to talk about I'm here for you. We got we got a lot to do.
Okay, how is it? Delicious?
It's of course delicious. But let me roll this really quick. All right, little cotija cheese, and then we got some fresh avocado.
So good.
And then
Really good. Sorry.
now this is the move when you roll a burrito or a wrap or a Caesar wrap.
One.
Meet it almost in the middle,
2.
and then you tuck and roll.
It's kind of like changing
Tuck
a diaper.
and roll. Look at
Right?
that. It's still there. And then you tight roll it just like the jeans in the early 90s, right? And you got a perfectly produced, dripping, juicy burrito.
Wait, by the way, you know it's a really special day when you have your lipstick stain on
Tell
your
me
burrito.
about it.
I got in there.
It's another Thursday night for
You
Jeff
can check
Morrow.
out
Lipstick on
Jeff's
burritos,
fun
baby.
food ideas on his Insta page at Jeff Morrow. And for this recipe, head to today.com/food.
It's Friday, you know what that means. It's Superfood Friday, and today nutritionist Joy Bauer has 2 hearty slow cooker recipes that you can set it and forget it.
Hey guys, it's no secret that I am in love with my slow cooker. And if you're like me, you are really gonna enjoy these recipes. The first one is eggplant parmesan. So I'm starting with 2 large eggplants. I'm just gonna trim, and then I'm gonna slice them into about 1/2-inch rounds. I have paper towels lining a baking sheet here. We're going to salt the tops to help draw out some of the bitter water. And this is also going to help our eggplant slices to keep their form within the slow cooker. So these need to sit 30 to 60 minutes. And while we're waiting, we're going to head over to the stove to make our garlicky walnut breadcrumbs. So first I'm adding 1 cup of whole grain panko breadcrumbs, 1 cup of crushed walnuts. And I saute this for about 10 minutes on a medium flame. And I'm gonna add in some garlic, some dried basil, and some black pepper. I'm gonna take this off the heat, and we're gonna mix in some parm. I'm gonna take you back to our eggplant now. I'm gonna press down with paper towels onto my eggplants, which have been sitting because I'm sopping up a lot of the excess water. I'm gonna season up our slices with some garlic, oregano, and a little bit of black pepper. And I'm gonna add in a little bit of tomato sauce to line the bottom. And now the fun part starts. You line the bottom of your slow cooker. Then for your garlicky walnut breadcrumbs, more sauce. I've got part skim mozzarella cheese, calcium, protein, and of course cheesy goodness. And you're gonna repeat the same exact thing with 2 more layers. So you have 3 luscious layers in total. And now for the easiest part. Put on the lid and cook it on high for about 3 hours and 30 minutes. Guys, this is so good. And now we're gonna mix things up. I'm gonna take you over to my island, and we're going to make a salsa verde chicken chili. And I'm starting with butternut squash. And butternut is packed with potassium. It's got beta carotene, great for your immune system, and so many other nutrients. Some onion, of course, a green bell pepper finely diced. And this is a jalapeno. So this chili is customizable to whatever spice you want. And now I'm adding salsa verde. And this is reduced sodium chicken broth. Gonna mix this around, and I'm adding in loads of spices. And I'm gonna mix this around again, all the flavors, get them nice and well combined. And you're gonna add in 2 pounds of boneless, skinless chicken breast. I'm submerging the chicken into the liquid, put the cover on, and let it cook on high for about 4 hours. 30 minutes before it's done cooking, carefully take out all of the chicken breasts, then add in 2 cans of rinsed and drained beans. Stir the beans, put the top on, let everything simmer, and while that's simmering, you're gonna shred your chicken. Then put the chicken back into the slow cooker, stir everything together so the chicken can sop up all of that scrumptious liquid. Oh my goodness, guys, this is so yummy. The flavors all complement each other. This will definitely warm your soul this weekend.
Well, this morning on Today Food, we've got just what you need to start the week off right. Your very own weekly meal plan. Gina Homolka is the creator of SkinnyTaste.com. She started the website back in 2008. It's just a fun way to share some of her own recipes. Well, the site absolutely took off. Today, she's got over 5 million Facebook followers, and now she's out with her 4th cookbook, Skinny Taste, One and Done. Gina, good morning. Just for people who don't know, what is Skinny Taste?
So Skinny Taste is a website. I have cookbooks, and I just make healthy recipes lighter. Everything in moderation. There's nothing off limits.
We're going to do a meal plan. You also do notebooks. Why is it important to plan out your meals for the week?
Yeah, I love meal planning. It's really just a great way to get organized for the week. You also save a lot of time and money in the supermarket, and it also helps you stick to your health goals.
All right, so you have a week planned out. The guys are here eating. Let's start with Monday. Monday, you're going to start with a soup.
Yeah, so Monday we have a creamy broccoli and cheese soup, and this is actually really great. I like to start my Mondays off meatless. Just a great way to get more plant-based food into your diet. And so there's actually no cream in the soup. What I do is I pour some of the soup after it's cooked into the blender, and I just blend some of it and then pour it back into the soup. So it's super easy. Everything here is under 500 calories.
Wow. Okay, so Tuesday comes. You haven't had meat yet. Here's the meat.
Exactly. So Tuesday, it's a busy week, so I love using my slow cooker on those days that the schedules are hectic. So we have my daughter Madison's favorite beef tacos. Of course, if you want to make them even leaner, you can use ground turkey instead. Super easy, and it makes enough for 2 nights.
Right, perfect.
So leftovers we're going to use on Wednesday, and we have taco empanadas.
Love empanadas.
So we love empanadas. These are healthy because they're baked, they're not fried. And I use frozen empanada dough, but you could also use refrigerated pie crust.
How do you make the empanada?
So you just basically, you could use refrigerated pie crust if you don't have empanada dough. You cut them into rounds. You put a little bit of the meat in the center, fold them, put a little fork,
Cinch
a little
the
egg
sides
wash.
of it, and then
Exactly. And then
egg
you
wash and bake it.
About 25 minutes. Super easy, a really easy meal.
And you still get kind of that crisp
Exactly.
fried
Super
taste.
crispy.
Wow, it looks good.
Yeah, you could absolutely freeze them. And I also put them in my daughter's lunchbox for school.
Oh,
so they're really
I
great.
look so shocked. They're like, wow, that was a good question.
You've never asked a question.
Ever. In a cooking segment. True.
Jinx.
And you can make it into a meal with some rice and beans, salad, guacamole, whatever you want.
Meal planning seems like a good idea if you have kids, because then like on the weekend you can shop. You have an idea of what you're. Do you meal plan now?
Yeah.
I do.
Yeah,
You do?
you seem like that meal planning type.
Although I do a lot of shopping out of my freezer.
All right. All right, so Thursday, we had the empanadas on Wednesday,
Yes.
which is really a leftover from Tuesday.
Exactly.
Are we going kind of
so
leaner on
we're
Thursday?
going Asian. We're doing a Brussels sprout stir fry with chicken. It's a little spicy. You could, of course, leave the spice out if your kids don't like spicy food. Super easy. This takes about 15 minutes once all your ingredients are prepped. We're going to use some Brussels sprouts that are shredded. You can buy them pre-shredded in the supermarket, or you could just cut them yourself. I'll show you how easy. I get this question all the time. Basically, I just cut them in half, and I use a knife. I really just cut them thin, and I absolutely find cutting therapeutic. So this is really just a great way to unwind.
Those are fun, too. You can get them a little crunchy. You can cook those up.
Oh, yeah,
All right, we're going to end the week with what looks like some sort of potato and French fries.
Yeah, so we have carne asada fries. These are
Sounds
healthy
different to it.
because they're not fried, they're baked. And they're basically like Irish nachos, only they're with a Latin twist. They have carne asada on top, some pico de gallo, melted cheese, and they're really delicious, made all in one sheet pan. If you're afraid of cutting fries into fries, a lot of people like to do rounds instead. So same thing, just cut them real thin, lay them out on the sheet pan, season them.
You
and
bake
then
those too?
You bake them in
And
the
does it
oven.
require any oils?
I just put a little bit of olive oil, season them, and then they go right in the
How the
oven.
fries, guys?
They're great. Could you use sweet potatoes?
You can use sweet potatoes. Sweet potatoes go
And Gina, what
great.
do you eat on Saturday? This is Monday through Friday.
So
You
then I
order
go
pizza?
out. I go out. I mean, you know, it's everything in moderation. I love going out to eat. It's where I get most of my inspiration.
These are 5 totally different meals, all under 500 calories. You're planned out for the week, including a little leftover help. And you've covered the globe, it seems like, with different flavors. So
Exactly.
Job well done, guys. Gina, thanks so much. You can check out these recipes and more. Today.com/food.
And welcome back. So who doesn't love a crisp fall day with a nice cozy meal? And today, nutritionist Joy Bauer is here with 2 superfood meatball recipes that are sure to warm up your weekend. Take a look.
We are going to have a mouth-watering meatball party, and the first recipe is my Italian-style slow cooker meatballs. We're starting with turkey meat. I'm adding Parm cheese, chopped parsley, whole grain Italian seasoned breadcrumbs, 1 lightly beaten egg, some garlic powder, a little bit of kosher salt, ground black pepper, and some optional crushed red pepper. I mix this up just until it's well combined. You don't want to overmix or your meatballs will be too tough. I misted the bottom of my slow cooker, and I'm just going to place the meatballs right at the bottom. And if you don't have a slow cooker, you can do exactly the same thing in a large pot. We have iron and protein-rich packed turkey, and we have some calcium from the Parmesan cheese, and we've got whole grain goodness from the breadcrumbs. 2 24-ounce jars of your favorite marinara sauce right over the top. Marinara sauce is loaded with lycopene, which is an antioxidant that can reduce certain cancers and is fabulous for your skin. Set it at high for 3 to 4 hours or low for 6 to 8 hours and just let it work its magic. I have a batch here that is ready to go. They're fantastic over a mound of whole grain pasta or spaghetti squash or zucchini noodles, or even make a meatball grinder. So these were Italian classics. Now we're gonna head north a little bit and I'm gonna show you how to make Swedish meatballs with a cream sauce. Once again, I'm starting with a protein and iron-rich lean ground, either turkey or chicken. Instead of breadcrumbs, I'm gonna use heart-healthy oats. I'm mixing my oats with a little bit of milk, mix this around, and just let it sit for a minute. I add in 1 egg, some finely chopped onion. Onion is loaded with the antioxidant quercetin, which is really good for you. Some salt, allspice. And that is the secret ingredient in Swedish meatballs. Some garlic, which is an antiviral, and some black pepper, and chopped parsley. Our rolled oats, and I'm gonna mix this up. I make small, mini meatballs, just about this big. We're gonna put them in the oven set at 350 for about 25 minutes. For the cream sauce, we're gonna use a little bit of creativity to lighten it up. 2 cups of reduced sodium beef broth, light cream cheese, which will give it that velvety, luxurious feel of a cream sauce without adding a ton of saturated fat and calories. 1 tablespoon of either cornstarch or arrowroot, and again, allspice and a little bit of salt. I'm gonna whirl this up, pour it into a pot over the stove, and let it simmer for about 5 to 7 minutes, and the sauce will start to thicken up. Then put your meatballs into the pot and let them soak up all that delicious sauce for about 5 minutes, and then they're done. And there you have it, 2 recipes for your meatball party.
Just Tuesday. Do you know what it is? It is
Taco Tuesday.
And we have the perfect no-fuss family recipe.
All right, so all you have to do is this. Get your slow cooker out because Matt Abdu is making easy chicken tacos. Matt is the executive chef and the owner of Pig Beach. Everybody loves it.
We love
there.
Pig Beach.
Thank you,
All
thank
right,
you.
so we're making tacos. All you need is this, baby?
This is the easiest Taco Tuesday that you can do.
Okay.
It starts with a slow cooker. You're going to do this in the morning before you head out for work. By the time you come home, it's going to be on a hold, and it's going to be ready for you just to start making tacos for dinner. You ready to go?
You got thighs in
All right,
there?
so I like doing chicken thighs because they have a lot more moisture, and for me, I like the flavor of it. So what we're going to do is we're going to take we have 6 chicken thighs for this recipe.
And you took the skin off. You
Skin
don't
off,
dig.
bones off. Because
Why?
what's great about this is everything's usable. There's no cleaning, there's no picking out bones or skin.
Can you do it with breast too, or no?
Absolutely, you can do it with chicken breast. If you're not a chicken thigh kind of person, pour the water right in.
Okay.
We have some fire roasted tomatoes.
Out of the can?
Right out of the can.
See,
Right out of the can. Pour those right in.
Yep.
A diced white onion, you're going to throw that in there. And then we have our homemade taco seasoning. We got some hatch chili powder, some paprika, some cumin, some garlic, some onion, some black pepper, some oregano, some salt, and I think I said everything.
You said
paprika.
it. You did.
There it is.
So
And now-
can you just buy the kind in the store where you just go,
Yes, that's what's really great about this is that if you're not in the mood or you don't have those spices
stick
at home,
it in.
buy one
Throw
of those
it in
little
there.
packets,
Okay.
put the lid on it, set it on high
That's
for 4
it?
hours or low for 6 hours, depending upon what your schedule is.
That is
By the
great.
time you come back,
Brilliant.
your chicken, you're
It's
just going
like
to shred it
cold
up,
chicken.
and it's
Okay.
ready to go. So with our tacos,
Yeah.
everyone loves the pico de gallo.
Yes.
Nice tomato. We're just going to take a tomato. We're going to dice it all up, however you want to do it. Dice up the tomato. This recipe is like 2 tomatoes, a half of a red onion. You're going to
Yes.
mix it in your glass mixing bowl, which you have here, which is really beautiful.
do you add this
And
stuff
yeah,
in there?
start hold if you like. We got
Okay,
some
sure.
lime juice.
Lime juice.
We have some chopped jalapenos. Now, if you're not a spicy person, you can back off on that, or you can just use bell pepper if you don't want any
Can't
spice.
you do it without the seeds and then it's less?
Well,
or no?
that's exactly. So what we've done there, we've taken out the seeds, we've removed the pith,
What's
some
that?
cilantro. We're going to give it a
Cilantro,
little
always
sprinkle
something good.
of salt.
I love it.
And we're just going to mix it up.
Do you
So,
like cilantro, Matt?
I am a cilantro kind of person, but I totally get the people that don't like
Yes.
it.
People hate it. Isn't it weird?
Yes,
It's
they either
almost
love
like,
it or hate it.
like an allergy or an aversion. It
Yeah.
tastes like
Yes.
soap to some people that don't like it. So,
so good.
all right. So now you guys ready to build some
Yes.
tacos?
Yes.
All right. So you have your chicken, shredded chicken here. This is after the 4 or 6 hours, whether it's on high or low. And we're just going to start building a taco. You got some flour tortillas. What I love to do with the tortillas, you got to warm them up a little bit
Yes,
first.
of course you do.
Put them on a griddle. Put them on a grill.
Yes.
Put them really anywhere that gets
them
a
on
little
the
heat in them.
skillet.
Put them in the skillet. You even do them right on your stovetop on a burner if you want.
We do taco Sundays because it's the day
Hey,
I
every day is a
like
good day
that.
for
I
tacos.
really like it.
Look over
Got
here.
a little guacamole, some corn, some beans, some pickled jalapenos. We got a little shredded Monterey Jack.
pico de
And
gallo.
if you're a crema
Come
person, we got a little crema. It's basically sour cream whisked out with some buttermilk to make that topping.
like extra
That's perfect
of
for a
this.
taco.
It's the
and of
best
course,
with
the pico
kids
de
because
gallo.
they want to make their own taco.
Yes.
And if you're a corn tortilla person, or if you're a hard shell tortilla person, to each their own. Make a taco, eat it. It's easy, it's fast. And hopefully delicious. And this recipe really couldn't be easier. It's those ingredients put in the slow cooker and you're good to go.
Oh my gosh.
But no taco is complete without a margarita. So we're gonna come on back here.
How do you know?
And it is citrus season, so it's the best time of year to be having all of your citruses. We're doing an orange margarita. So we have some orange juice, fresh squeezed orange juice.
Yeah.
We're gonna pour in a little tequila blanco,
Yes.
I
a
love
little
that.
bit of
Me too.
orange liqueur.
Okay.
And this makes 4, so this isn't one drink out there. This is making 4 drinks. We got some lime juice and a little bit of simple syrup. We're just gonna simply take our
That's it.
little stirrer spoon, give it a good old mix.